Greubel Forsey, founded by two watchmakers, and we started, Mr. Greubel and myself started working together in 1999, and we had this idea and this vision that mechanical watchmaking could have some new discovery, some new chapters of the watchmaking history into the 21st century. So the main pillars are that there is always some technical innovation, invention, or specificity in a Greubel Forsey. Then you have the design or architecture, we like to call that, which makes it a very unique creation. It must be reliable, so it should be able to be used on the wrist and enjoyed. Performance in terms of timekeeping or each specific function. And then finally, for us, one of the most important things is the hand finishing. So it's the culture of hand craftsmanship really carried in a pursuit of excellence. And the idea being that each component of a fine mechanical watch should appear to have just come from nowhere. And it's magically there. So it should not have any blemishes, but it should not look as if it's machine made. So it's a very fine line to find the balance between aesthetic harmony and a perfection, a pursuit of excellence. We have our collection, which is perhaps 9 different models. So for Greubel Forsey, a model means a caliber. So a caliber is each time a specific mechanism. So across those 9, actually even for us, when we pick up each one, we think that, well, this is great. Because there is some special features in there which we will find exciting and really special. But I suppose in terms of watchmaking complication, the GMT, and so adding to that GMT family this year, we have the creation of the GMT Earth with the full 360 degrees of the globe visible, and yet the globe appears to float in the movement because you cannot see any fixing. There's no bridges on the North Pole, South Pole, so it seems to just float in space. So that in terms of, that's one example. But for us as watchmakers, then we would perhaps tend towards the perpetual calendar, which we call the QP equation, which is a very unique mechanical timepiece, which is, as far as we know, is unique in the sense that it's a perpetual calendar. So it is programmed until the year 2100, and you simply correct everything just from one winding crown. You can go forwards and backwards in time anywhere across the 21st century, very, very easily. So that is a highly technical complication, I would say, which would be a very interesting piece for the collector to discover. Okay, yes, I think there the double tourbillon technique, which we saw, this is a particularly important piece in our collection. We have the double tourbillon mechanism, so the first invention from Greubel Forsey, so dating from our launch of Greubel Forsey in 2004 here in the city of Basel, and it consists of 2 tourbillons which are in the space of one. So one inside the other, and yet the unique angled inclination and the whole architecture giving us an incredible mechanism in terms of the actual display of the watchmaker's art. But beyond that, this caliber of the technique, we entered one example to a precision timing contest in Switzerland in 2011. This contest was open to any watch company, and so for us it was really important to participate because we wanted to see how far we could get the performance. And to find a comparison, it's a little bit like the Le Mans 24-hour race for a car. So if you imagine that race with the biggest motor car manufacturer entering cars, it would be us participating in this precision timing contest with our colleagues from other historic watch companies. It's a bit like if you built a car in your garage and you went to Le Mans and you want to win. It's a really, really high challenge. But we were confident that our double tourbillon technique would perform well, if not very well, in the competition. So the test was very grueling. There was an observatory type test which deals with different position of the watch, different temperatures from plus 38 degrees to the normal 23 degrees measure down to 8 degrees. So a big difference of temperature which tends to disturb the performance of the mechanical watch. Then, so there were 2 of these tests, observatory tests, successive, each one taking 15 days. And then they made a shock test for the movement. So again, this is trying to disturb, to see how much it stands up to everyday use. They made also a magnetic field exposure to the movement, again trying to test the resistance of the movement. And finally, one last 15-day test. So this whole process was 3 months long, and we had given to the independent tester one complete double tourbillon technique timepiece. So to all the watch enthusiasts following Klokkers in Mexico, wish you all the very best from Basel 2018, and thanks very much to the team for coming here to discover our latest creations. Wish you all the best.